podcast. Bitches.
Let's do it. YouTube has now told me we are live, so that's exciting. Hi, everyone. We are Brewnomics, and you've been you. We are going to be talking about the arcade in all of its glory today, so please stand by. It's going to get a little fun. And a little sexual. Hold on to your joysticks.
And by joysticks, I think he means your dicks.
I was specifically referring to the shaft.
Oh, press A and B.
That's all I have, man. That's all I have.
Up, down, down, baby.
Part of the Konami code.
Don't
Let's
forget
do
to pull
this.
the trigger.
Oh man, fucking time prize. Okay, there it is. All right, guys. Well, let's see how that's going. Those levels are fun there. That's not right, actually. I need to reset.
That is not right.
Oh my god, bro.
I was doing that weird thing again.
Bros.
Shit. Shit.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. While you're waiting, why don't you do me a favor? What was your favorite game as a kid? Your arcade game? Anything you liked? If you're listening to this and you just want to drop something real quick, drop it.
Like it's hot.
Like it's hot.
Yeah.
Drop it in our DMs too,
Yeah.
Drop it right in our DM.
Drop a dick pic.
and then we'll Netflix and chill.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Hulu and hang.
It's weird. Maybe to be announced.
Disney Plus and dance.
Little prime and pound.
A little private. That was really good.
Oh.
All right. Fix the issue. All right. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another Brewnomics podcast. I'm Jerry.
I'm Paula.
And I'm Vic.
This is episode 82.
Big 8-2 Ocho.
Yeah, as you know, we're going to be drinking some beer. No surprise there. But then we're going to be kind of doing a little mini tribute to the arcade, the video games, the electronic stimulant of our youth, as it were.
Nice.
I don't really know how else to put it.
That's another Brewnomics t-shirt.
Yep.
So, yeah, we'll see how that goes.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
But first, as always, let's start with the beer. So this is from a brewing company I hath not had yet. Mike Hess Brewing of San Diego, which of course San Diego is German for a whale's vagina.
Yeah.
This is called the Claritas Kolsch. It comes in at 5.8%, so pretty good for a Kolsch. What attracted me to this was the top of the can.
Oh, the TOP, huh?
The TOP.
What's it? Can you describe it to those of us who?
So it looks like. So obviously it's a 12-ounce can. It's a little bit taller and skinnier than your average can, but imagine a top like a soup top that you don't need a can opener for. And you pop it.
Chunky? Yeah. Okay.
And then it takes the whole top
Oh my
off.
god.
That's awesome.
And then we've just got this big old open mouth, and I can't really lean it towards the camera because I don't want to
How long does
spill
that
the
stay?
beer.
That's like apocalypse beer, which is great.
But it's quite intriguing.
It's like a Vienna sausage top, too.
Hey, there you go.
If you remember those Vienna sausage, like hot dogs, mini dogs, that's what it is.
God, I just imagine food coming out of it.
Just some little wieners plop.
Ooh, that was good ASMR right there. I wonder what the purpose was for designing it that way.
So
Just
am
to
I.
be
I don't know.
different?
Do we have a website or anything with any info in it? I really don't. I honestly don't know. It definitely looks like a nice golden Kolsch.
Yeah, their website's kind of limited. It just states that Claritas won gold at the 2016 World Cup in the Kolsch category. It also won gold at the 2016 San Diego International Beer Competition. Good old SDIBC. It has also garnered an honorable mention at the 2015. Okay, now they're just bragging. It's really just all the awards that they won. So it doesn't really go into detail about their
Do one of you
tops.
guys want to read the description on Untapped? It looks like it's the exact same off the can, actually.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, not at the same time.
Oh, sure. I got you. Hold up. It says, Claritas is our 2016 World Beer Cup winning Kolsch ale. This refreshingly smooth, authentically German beer is a light straw in color, infused with light fruit and bready aromatics from the German Pilsner malt hops and yeast. The result is a smooth and dry ale with a refreshing, clean finish. refreshingly clean. So you know it's good.
Claritas apparently means clarity, comma, brightness
Oh,
on the can. I guess it also says that. It's right in the middle of malty and hoppy and all the way to the end of light and dark, meaning very light. Obviously. 3.53. Well, let's see. I like a Kolsch that's sitting around 5.8. That's a little bit more in the big boy category.
it is. Yeah, it's because Kolsch's are generally like what between 4.8 and like 5.2 tops.
I feel like that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, so it's getting up there to a 6%er.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost a big boy,
Almost a big boy.
almost a man.
Almost a man.
Almost.
Super good, super drinkable. I kind of get that straw wheat flavor that they're talking about there. I can dig it. It's crisp, fun can, interesting style. I would drink more of Mike Hess Brewing. Interesting name for a brewing company. I don't know why you'd name it after a person, but maybe there's a great story behind it.
You know Mike.
Oh, Mike, yeah,
Talking about Mike Hess.
Yeah, good old
good old Mike
Mikey
Hess. Michael Hess.
And price wise, I got this at BIA 30 down at Bound Crossing, and it was $4
4 whole Dolores
for a 12-ounce can.
Wow. I'm not getting any of that fruit. You guys getting that fruit?
Not particularly, but my nose is kind of jacked up right
It's
now.
just light fruit.
But does it say what kind of fruit? Just light, fruity, and bready aromatics. But there are so many types of fruit.
I think.
I mean, there are 3
yeah.
different types in this room.
Oh snap! See what he did there, people. I mean, it sounds to me like they're more really referring to a citrus note, but it's got like some tannins to it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Just guessing.
Oh, Lord. But 3.51, what do you guys think about that? Or 3.53? 3. Repeating. What do you think of that rating?
It's aptly rated. It's very refreshing. Just incredibly. Like I want like at least 3 of these like right now, like
Yeah.
in a row,
Mhm.
just to start me out. So I like it.
Just to get going with your
Yeah.
day.
What would
Yeah.
you rate it?
3.5.
3.5.
I would definitely agree with Paul on this one. It is very aptly rated. A 3.5 is how I see this. It's nice, it's refreshing, smooth. I could just get a whole 6 there, maybe a whole 12 pack, maybe a whole 18 rack. Notice how we go from a 12 pack to a rack. It's very interesting how that works.
I'm not sure how this comes when it comes in packs, if it's like a 4 or a 6, because I could also see this being one of those weird 4s instead of a 6-pack.
Oh,
I am curious also see what the price would be on average, because $4 a can seems a little bit much, but
Oh, yeah.
beer
High.
30 and Bound Crossing tends to be that you get the upcharge.
yeah, that's why I can't. The price point is high, but it's sort of like artificially high based on the
Exactly.
location.
Exactly. So I'm going to kind of just not rate it based off of price
Yeah,
on this one. Only thing I like the ABV at 5.8. It is very crisp. It is refreshing. I don't necessarily get the fruitiness, but I do get the bready aromatics, the wheatness to it. I enjoy it a lot. I like 3.5 is a great rating for it. It works.
3 to the 5-0. Mike S. Brewing. Kolsch Claritas.
And the can is so cool. The way you open that top. I want to get another one just so I can drink it straight from the can, since we never drink straight from the can and bottle or in this, since obviously we pour it in a glass and share it.
That's how we roll.
Don't ever show it to anybody. Just walk up and just pretend you're angry and just be like, "Oh, I'm so thirsty."
Just rip it.
They're like, what?
He's so powerful.
Such a clean rip, no jacketing or anything.
Wow, Jerry, that was amazing.
What?
Isn't that weird? Super drinkable though. This is gonna be gone in no time.
Yeah, no, this is a good call. Good start of the night. I like
Indeed.
it.
Indeed, nice, light, powerful start.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hess.
Well,
Guys,
you.
guys,
Hey,
guys.
yeah.
Did you hear that Disney Plus will not have Deadpool or any R-rated properties on it?
I did not.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think about that? No R ratings for the Disney Plus service. You know what I thought when I read that?
Fuck them.
No.
Okay.
I was like,
Just
Yeah,
me then.
that seems pretty obvious.
Yep. Okay.
I would have been more surprised if they let it happen on there.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, they do so much for family-friendly programming, as it were. So it's like to have rated R like Deadpool on there. So it just doesn't seem like it would fit very well.
Yeah, Disney as a corporation is just known for being so like uber family friendly, and they had a little bit of a reputation to overcome. So now they're super hyper family friendly the other way.
Right.
Um,
Don't they have like a stake in the porn industry?
I don't know. I don't think they still do. I think back in the day they did, but I'm pretty sure that since changed. Pretty sure it was like a Vixen Video. I remember hearing that Disney owned. I don't know how true that is or not, but that was definitely one of those urban legends in high school that I very clearly remember.
Huh. I don't think I heard that one, but maybe I just wasn't that cool.
Well,
so
they
there's that.
had transferred to like weapons of destruction. I'm pretty sure
Oh, good old
Disney can't do it.
Well, I feel like Disney would have
Anti-Semite media.
WMDs. Yeah,
Fox News and stuff.
sure. They definitely have WMD. Fox News is the WMD. Let's be real.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
That's all I got. I don't know. I actually think that is kind of interesting because my guess is they're not going to. Maybe they will, but I can't imagine they'd stop doing Deadpool because it's such a good money-making franchise.
Well, don't they want to roll Deadpool into the MCU? Is that?
And then there's Logan
Huh.
also, and Logan is such a good money-making franchise, or it would be if you continued the story there so forward.
Huh.
I don't know. It was a good money-making franchise, rather. So they've shown that they absolutely can make the R-rated movies work.
Mhm.
So that seems like a big income stream just to cut off. So if they keep it going, hopefully that means there continues to be some sort of relationship to where maybe it won't be on Disney Plus, right? But Disney Plus will include Hulu, and it'll be on Hulu.
That could be a thing. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nice, clever little workaround on there to where it's not directly on Disney, but for that $7.99 a month subscription,
Hey,
yo ass got it.
absolutely. Yeah, I was wondering. It makes sense for them to do more of like a tiered approach that way, or just non-directly owning the property.
Because that would make sense, right? Because you obviously you want to have your kids mode, you want to keep it family friendly, and I respect that. I'm not going to talk shit on that. It makes sense.
Mhm.
But there is still a demand for the R ratings
Yeah.
in there, especially with certain characters like the aforementioned Deadpool, Wolverine, et cetera, et cetera. So why not just make them pay $2 or $3 more a month to have access to it and much more?
And people will, man. People are craving.
I
They
fucking
are
would.
fucking going for that, man. They want that
Yeah.
R rating. It's like, give it to me. I want a
Yeah.
gritty superhero film. I want it
Yeah, bitches will definitely watch that.
straight up.
And it's me. I'm bitches.
Yeah, bitches and hoes. I'm a hoe. What you gonna do?
Oh Lord.
It's a good day.
So more. Oh, we actually talked about this last week. Let's rack back towards that.
Sure.
The future of the Flash movie.
Oh, okay.
On
Okay.
how
yeah.
Ezra Miller is no longer under contract for it because it's so long since it's pretty much been in limbo and just development hell. But they actually have made a step forward.
Oh, have they?
They have, which is, I guess, interesting because they have Andy Muschietti attached to it, who's the director of the It movies.
Did it? Yeah.
Oh.
So he's attached to actually direct The Flash. He was in an interview and somebody brought it up and he pretty much confirmed that that's his next project.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's kind of intriguing. But Ezra Miller's out of contract, so he's not attached to the movie. It's not saying he's not attached and that he won't come back, but we have a director now, but that's it.
Yeah, technically, then the role of the Flash is up for grabs. I mean, I feel like
I
Ezra
don't
Miller.
think Ezra Miller's going to come back for it.
I don't know that he wants to. Yeah.
Well, because he wanted to be, I read something that said he wanted to be super involved. Obviously, he even threw his hat in the directing pool, which I understand it not happening, but then he threw it in the writing pool, worked really hard with George. Oh, God, a great comic book writer. I should have written this down. I feel like a dickwad now. It'll come back to me. But anyways,
okay.
wrote the script and presented it to DC, and they didn't like it.
Oh,
or didn't want to use it for whatever reason.
like
And
Jeff Johns, because he's got creative direction control.
It wasn't Jeff Johns.
Oh,
Grant Morrison.
Ah,
There we go.
good
I
old
knew it was coming to
GM.
me. So
Yeah.
great comic book writer. So I mean, if you're
Best.
going to turn down a script that has Grant Morrison involved with the Flash, whatever. So my guess, again, nothing confirmed at this point. He will not be back as the Flash.
Yeah, and that makes total sense, man. Which I'm actually pretty okay with.
I'm super okay with it,
Pretty
bro.
okay with it. Like, let's get somebody else in there, somebody who really imbues like Barry Allen
Mhm.
to the T. So
And I guess a lot of the reason was the creative differences. Was he wants, and by he I mean Ezra Miller, a really dark take on the Flash, and the studio wants to do more of a lighthearted take with it. And with Barry Allen, really, you can go either direction with that, depending
true.
on which comic book inspiration you're going to pull from. But I get the DC EU wanting to be more positive.
yeah, because they're dark.
With them bringing in fucking Andy Muschietti, however you want to say his last name, who clearly has a good idea of dark coming from the It franchise.
I
don't
think
know.
he'll be able to combine, we'll get to whimsical silliness of Barry Allen, also with the tragedy behind his comedy.
Yeah,
I think he'll be able to do it.
I think you're right. I think because he like slides into more of a dark role, but working towards the positive, like it'll be like a more of a balanced approach. I think, which is probably going to benefit the character and the property as a whole. So I'm actually pretty excited.
I think it could be pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I want to throw it out there. Happy birthday or happy belated birthday to Peter Repentich, who's out watching us right now.
Oh,
So, happy belated birthday, Peter.
Happy.
Trailhead Ice, which I think you still got a little bit of time to go get some of their goddamn delicious Italian ice.
get it.
I highly recommend it. It's
great.
super yummy.
Happy birthday, Peter.
Happy birthday, Peter. Go back and check out that episode that
Thanks
he
for the
was on
table.
that I don't remember, and the table.
And the table. It's a great table.
So also something we were following up on, I think good old Will Sinclair brought this up with Anheuser-Busch. There was a big thought about they were going to take over a massive stake of the CBA, the Craft Brew Alliance, which is the alliance that is Widmer, Kona, Red Hook, et cetera, on there. So Anheuser-Busch already owns a 31.3% stake, and part of the contract was they were supposed to actually up that and take full ownership. They declined not to do so because they want to move forward. Right now, they think the world is moving into the hard seltzer universe. So your fucking White Claws, Monacos,
Truly's.
ciders, all that bullshit. So they spent $20 million to not take over and keep their stake.
Huh.
So essentially, because of it, Kona, Widmer, Red Hook, etc., gets to keep doing them, doesn't have to get taken over by Anheuser, and just got an extra $20 million essentially for free.
Wow.
But the world really is a lot of it in the brew wise as far as the mass populace goes. It is crazy to see the fucking increase of those flavored malt beverages and these non-alcoholic beers. I read something that said non-alcoholic beer sales in 2019 went up 17%.
Wow.
17 fucking percent. Because think of it now, Heineken has their Heineken Zero. There's all these new like weird trending non-alcoholic beers being sold a lot, and then these weird fucking seltzer shit.
And like these seltzer beverages, they've only been on the block for like a couple of years at this point, tops,
right?
Which is a
But
very
they're
short
selling
period.
like motherfuckers, yo.
But I mean, $20 million to say like I'm putting all my eggs in this
bro,
basket,
to have a 17% increase in non-alcoholic beer sales in 1 year,
it's pretty crazy.
that's 17% increase in any business just randomly, because non-alcoholic beer is not new.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's
Yeah,
not.
we got
So all
your
of a sudden, just to
O'Doul's.
have a 17% spike because of this fucking Heineken Zero and whatever else shit's out there. It's BANANAS.
Yeah, what's the point in
Bananas,
drinking?
man. That people
Get
just
fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. People just want to like look like they're drinking without drinking.
Something. These recovering alcoholics need like the taste, but not the.
It's like a smoker who just puts the cigarette in their mouth but doesn't actually smoke it.
Yeah.
Or anything in their
They
mouth.
sniff people who just had a cigarette. Like, let me smell you.
Yeah.
Let me smell
Mm.
you.
I like it.
I had a whiff of that. Somebody at work. I was like, something smells familiar. Oh, motherfuckers, black things. Came from smoking.
Huh.
So speaking of which, not smoking, but
Motherfuckers.
I got faced with our friend Jamie's mother just drinking White Claw like last Friday.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What flavors did you drink?
She had all the flavors.
All the
Yeah,
flavors.
all the
Variety pack.
I had no beer in the house, and she rolls over. She brings dinner, and she's like, "Do you want some drinks too?" And I'm like, "Man, kicking ass."
That's awesome.
Based off
Based off of White Claw.
Yeah, I had like 20 of them. I'm like, man.
But how did you feel the next day? Because part of the rumor is it's not supposed to get you that hangover.
Maybe I shouldn't drink that much. I felt like shit the day after.
I think it's all the sugar, really.
It's
which
all
is,
the sugar. Yeah.
Which is that's the operative difference there. So it's kind of how that works.
Do they have a lot of sugar in them? The
Yeah.
White Claws?
They're very sweet.
Well, I know they're sweet, but that doesn't necessarily mean sugar. That could be some artificial.
Well, true. I don't know. I guess I could look it up. What do you think, Paul? You're the one who dealt with it.
I feel like there wasn't. I definitely tasted sweetness, but when Jerry brought it up, maybe it's not that much sugar within them. It didn't taste like. Give me a sweet drink, sweet shitty drink.
Sweet tea. That's
No,
a great drink.
Alcoholic.
Yeah. Mike's Hard.
Yeah, it didn't taste like Mike's. You know, it tasted like carbonated water of alcohol.
Yeah, it's hard seltzer.
Hard seltzer, yeah.
That's exactly what it is. It just
Okay.
like coats your mouth. Because I said I had one. One.
Well, you got to taste
With
what
Jamie's
you
mom's daughter, aka Jamie,
hate.
Oh, that's hilarious.
and Ben. It was the mango flavor. I mean, I drank it, but I did not enjoy it.
Yeah. So I looked up the ingredients of a White Claw. It's purified carbonated water, alcohol from cold brewed sugar, natural cane sugar, citric acid.
There is a lot of sugar in
So
it.
there is a lot
It's
of
pretty
sugar.
much
Yeah.
primarily sugar.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wrong. I can admit it when I'm wrong.
That's okay. I was
That's
guessing.
fine.
Worked out.
You made a good guess, sir.
Thank
A
you.
good guess. Hey, Vic. Hey,
Ye-
Paula. Did you know Dave Batista? You know that guy, the wrestler?
Oh, big old Batista bomber.
He wants to play Clayface in Suicide Squad. What do you think about that?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Now, if anybody else does it, I'm going to be upset about it.
Yeah.
That's how awesome it is.
I think it could be fantastic. First of all, we get fucking Clayface, which is going to be fucking legit.
Fuck yeah.
And then Dave fucking Batista, which is going to be interesting because he's going to have to go deep as an actor in there because Clayface is such like a deeply dark and fucking tormented character.
I think he could do it, though.
I do too.
I
think he'll
really
a great
do.
job.
I think he's shown in a lot of roles that he can go dark. I think he's also going to be able to need to switch personalities, but he's got the build to where that he's got the voice for it. Where I don't know. I'm all about Batista as Clay Face.
Me too. I like it. This is coming out in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know for sure that's going to be the case, but that's what said he wants,
Well,
and especially since James Gunn's doing it because
Yep.
you know he homie with James Gunn.
straight up.
So I hope it happens.
Me too, man. It's got a strong possibility. I'm excited.
Mhm.
I like that news.
Well, you know, you go from Drax to Blade Runner 2049. You know, I mean, he just has a good range.
He really does. Well, that, and again, the other one I really recommend for people if you haven't seen it is Hotel Artemis. What a
Yes.
phenomenal film. And then, like I said, I watched the Stuber movie with him and Kumail Nanjiani, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was funny, good action, good buddy cop comedy, even though only one was a cop. But I really like Batista as an actor. I think he's done quite a good job.
Absolutely, man. He's got a huge range. He's great. He's charming. He's very likable, and he does a good fucking job. Like him.
I think so, too.
It's a good dude.
All right, last bit of news before we get into another beer and the main topic. Mortal Kombat casting.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Because I figure we're going to be talking about video games, so might as well do a Mortal Kombat update. We have 3 more characters cast. And I am, 4 more characters cast, actually.
Oh shit.
And I am so fucking, 2 of them were really good casts. 2 of them I'm, well, whatever. But one of them specifically, I am just head over excited for. So we'll talk about the ones I don't so much quite know how I feel about. We got Sonya Blade cast and Kano. Sonya Blade is going to be played by Jessica McNamee.
Who is that?
I don't know. The only thing I've seen her in, she was in the Meg. She was Lori, so Jason Statham's wife in the Meg, and then she was in Chips, so she was Dax Shepard's wife in Chips, and then she's been in a whole bunch of other things that I haven't seen, but I don't really know.
Yeah. I'm looking at her IMDb. It's just
You're not going to find much, And
Nope.
then Kano is Josh Lawson.
help us out with Josh Lawson.
I'm even more lost on Lawson.
Oh, you're lost on Lawson. huh?
Nothing. I recognize him. He's Tate from Superstore. Does that mean anything to you? Because I know you've watched that show.
Oh, I haven't seen it. Grip.
he must be
He
a new
was
character.
Kinch Allenby in Anchorman 2. The legend continues. The only thing I'll say is he's playing Kano, and at least he's Australian. So we got something there.
Oh wait, I know who that guy is from Superstore. I can probably see him play a Kano.
Okay.
He seems maybe a little too tall to be Kano.
You think he'd be okay now?
So I've only seen his comedy.
Okay.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
like the way he. If he can actually like learn to do choreography, that'd be dope.
We'll see, huh? And then for Shang Tsung, we've Chin Han, who was in quite a bit. He was in Lao in the Dark Knight. He just
Oh no way.
he's that guy that you recognize.
Yeah.
Once you've seen him on there, he's been in quite a bit. But I think it's actually a pretty good choice for Shang Tsung. It's no Carrie
Ogawa?
Ogawa.
Okay.
Thank you, the original Shang Tsung.
I think that guy though who's going to play Shang Tsung now. I think he plays, and no offense to him, but I think he just does it well. He plays a good bitch. And, like complains, you kind of fucking hate him.
Shinhan does.
Yeah, like, you do that really well, sir.
And then
He does, yeah.
Here's the one I'm super excited though. Scorpion, aka Hanzo Atashi, will be played by Hiroyuki Sanada.
Oh shit.
I fucking love that. That is Ujio from Last Samurai. He always plays this kind of badass Asian dude. He got murdered by Hawkeye in Endgame. He was in The Wolverine, where he went to Japan, but he's been in a whole lot of shit. He's absolutely phenomenal. He's super, super great with the sword. I love that. I love that so much. Just with almost every announcement, I get more and more excited for this fucking movie.
Absolutely. He sounds like it's got a really good mix of characters. Oh, fuck, he was in Speed Racer, Mr. Musha.
He was.
Oh, yes. Dude, he's been in a lot.
Plus,
Tell me Hiroyuki Sanada is not a fun name to say.
It's a very fun name to say. Hiroyuki Sanada.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's pretty badass.
Yeah, no, this got a good mix of people in there. Some people with martial arts backgrounds, some without backgrounds, and the people who do have martial arts backgrounds really fucking good at what they do.
So we still don't have a Johnny Cage. We don't have. Do we have a Raiden? No Raiden.
We do
Yeah,
have a Raiden.
We do have a Raiden.
Let me look it up. Raiden is played by Tadanobu.
Oh, that's right. That's
Asano.
right. That's right. Who else do we not have? Baraka. So we don't got Johnny Cage. We don't got Baraka. We
Yeah,
don't got.
We should have Baraka because we have Melina.
Shao Kahn. We don't have a Shao Kahn.
Don't
yet.
have a Shao Kahn.
is there a Sub-Zero?
There's a Sub-Zero.
There is a Sub-Zero. He's the. He was the first one cast.
Joe Taslim.
Yeah, from the Raid.
Oh, and then the Black Power Ranger is Luke Kane, isn't he?
Correct.
Yes,
Correct.
that is him.
Is he Liu Kang or is he Shang or Kung Lao?
Wait,
He's Kung Lao.
He's in the family.
We don't have a Liu Kang.
we do.
Or he's
Ludi-
Liu Kang. We don't have a Kung Lao.
Yeah, Ludi Lin is Luke King.
Okay, so I'm back because we don't have a Kung Lao, but we got a Liu Kang.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you want to be Johnny Cage?
That's a tough man. This guy's got to ooze charisma and
Zac
I
fucking
was about to say Zac Efron.
straight up. That's a great fucking call, dude. One of the times I will agree with you about Mr. Efron.
It's like it could be Scott Adkins, but there's that whole charisma thing.
Yeah, Scott doesn't have a lot of
He's
it.
a bad motherfucker.
He-
Don't get me wrong.
Super dope. He was actually Scott Adkins was recently playing to become the Dark Knight
I bet he was.
instead of our Pats, but it's kind of interesting.
All right, so now we are going to drink a Brewmasters collaboration. This is brewed and bottled by Day Brouwerage Low Christie, Belgium. Product of Belgium. It is the Zwart Black Star. Old ale brewed with star anise, aged on wood with Brettanomyces. Made by Surly Brewing and De Prof Brouwerage. So nice little collabo beer here. Also got this one at the Beer 30. And this was $6 for can.
Ooh,
Damn.
must have been imported straight from Germany, man.
Mhm. It was imported by Artisanal Imports out of Austin, Texas.
Oh, that's funny. That even tells you. That's funny. Okay. Yeah, so let's go over some Untapped stats here. It is sitting at 8% alcohol by volume, no IBUs listed. It has an average rating of 3.71, derived from approximately 2,400 ratings. It's got around 50 check-ins this month, so not doing too bad.
All right, what do we got on Untapped, Paula or Vic? One of you guys want to read that?
Yeah, it's sitting at an 8% ABV. There is no IBUs. There is an average overall rating of 3.71,
Read
which is not too shabby
Yeah.
ever.
Read that paragraph for us, baby.
So much to read.
Yeah.
I just want to see you try and pronounce some of these words.
To his Yars for this year's Day Prof Browerish
Good.
Yeah,
exactly.
Brewerish.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Annual Brewmasters collab series. Dirk Knotts. I'm so sorry.
We're trying.
Co-
We're
Please,
trying.
This is Germany.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Germany. I'm sorry, Dirk. Partner with Sully's Jared Johnson and Ben Smith to craft an old ale with star anise. Oh, you already read that.
Yeah.
And a little bit.
Well, yeah. Keep going.
And Brettanomyces, creating a delicious beer that will continue to develop with time.
Interesting.
What's the overall effect, Vic?
Of the anise on the flavor is subdued and brilliantly integrated. It's quite incredible. Yeah. It's reminiscent of oak tannins to a certain degree, providing an edge of structural purposes and letting the dense caramelization remaining in that old ale roll as dark dried fruits such as cotton candy and chewing taffy. The impact of Brettanomyces make this comparatively dry and more easily drinkable than the old ales.
This is an amazing smelling beer.
My nose is not working.
Seems
very
like
well.
a beer that you could cellar and for a long time and enjoy pretty much whenever. I like this color to it. You know, it's not super dark, but it's definitely not light by any stretch. It does kind of have that, I guess, almost like a caramel color to it. I really fucking like this, man. What do you think, Paula?
I do love the dry fruit taste I get with it. It has like a refreshing back of the swallow. And there's a little bit of that. It's just like that crisp dryness at the tip of your tongue.
Yeah, this is a much better example, in my opinion, of that dried fruit flavor that we should have been getting in the Kolsch, but was super muted. This really brings it to the forefront. I think, yeah, this is fantastic.
No, I like how it has that old ale, and I always get taste to it for sure. I get a little nervous when I see that Brettanomyces in there sometimes because it can really sour up or tart up a beer.
Yep.
And it can kind of do a little somersaults in your tummy. Sometimes this does not do that at all. This is not sour. This is not tart. It just gives it kind of this interesting carbonated fluff to it. This is a great beer.
This is a really great beer. I think the Brettanomyces do something to even the tartness out with this dried fruit taste to it. It does it makes it refreshing as well, which is interesting to me. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I could super get into this.
Yeah, me too, man.
I could drink a lot of this,
I'm not-
especially at 8%.
Yeah, I was about to say I am not getting a lot of that 8% here. It feels like a 6%er to me.
That would be my guess too, if you told me on here, but it's straight up an 8%. Even says it on the fucking can. 371. I gotta say, I think that's underrated.
Yeah, I would agree.
I
What?
would give it a quattro, a 4, or
Hmm.
as in German. I don't know how to count German.
I don't either.
4.
Just you gotta yell it. Yeah.
4.
Oh, Grandpapa.
Oh my gosh, that's good. Yeah, Paula, what do you get, buddy?
Dre, can you say it again?
4.
There you go. Yeah,
It's-
I immediately wrote it down. Like right after I drew that first sip, it was just like it was almost one of those things. Like this is the one for you. I'm gonna
more-
keep you around for a while.
Yeah.
Beer.
Yeah.
Like how much was it?
Well, it was $6 for a can.
Damn.
So it is going to be a little bit more expensive because it is a collaboration, right? So you got Surly Brewing, which I think they're out of Texas. I don't know for sure. Can you Google that, Vic? And then our Belgish brewery, and again, it is kind of at a specialty shop, so there's a little bit more of an upcharge. It's still not going to be a cheap beer.
I pay for this beer.
The way it tastes, nor should it be a cheap beer.
No.
Like this is a good, definitely a specialty beer. So the price doesn't dissuade me one bit.
No, and you got this one at Beer 30, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the price could be a little inflated.
Exactly. And that's usually going to be the case at a specialty shop, but
Yep.
that's supply and demand. That's American capitalism.
That's how they do it. It's unclear to me. Little information about them. I'm not sure where they're out of. But if I were to rate this one, I would also go with a Quattro as well. I think it's a fantastic beer, just for all the reasons described above. God, I got the sniffles.
The sniffle whiffles, little sniffly whiffly. They're from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Surly Brewing, that is.
Surly is not.
Okay, so between the three of us, that's 4. So I guess you could add that to the Brewnomics recommended list.
Sure good.
Yeah. Yeah. 4.
Fall?
All right. Well, do you guys mind if we take a quick break?
No, that's just fine.
Okay, let's do that real quick. We're gonna take a break and then get back, drink another beer, talk about our favorite games as youths. That's youths with a Z.
Oh, it's changing the spelling.
It's just the hip way to do it.
Oh, okay, cool. I
Okay.
just wanted to catch up. Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Bye. I gotta blow my nose. Jeez. They're coming. They're coming for us. They're coming to kill us. Hmm.
Episode 82, our favorite games as children. Oh, I feel like you don't get anywhere near enough Jerry in that shot.
I like it, but I need more Jerry.
All right, world.
Hi, world.
And you already got the Facebook, which is way too low.
It really highlights Burgundy's crotch.
Big old burgundy bulge.
Have you listened to his podcast? Well, Will Ferrell being
The
Ron
Burgundy.
Burgundy.
No, I haven't.
I haven't either. It's curious though.
Boy, that shit is good. Yeah, Paul, give him some of that butt cheek.
Well, treat him like a pirate and give him that booty. God damn, fucking sniffles.
Sniffle, 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 sniffle! Sniffle, sniffle, sniffle. Sniffle. Oh shit. We're gonna lose it. Oh no.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
You
Come
saved
on,
it.
Rhett. That was your fault. You fucking tune in and then the camera
Thanks, Rhett.
tries to fall over. Fucking Australians, man. Fucking dingo fucker. Kidding, I love you. You're the best.
we researched them. It's fine.
Okay.
Ooh, you look a little nervous. Oh, that's a good one.
What?
Oh, nothing. I'm just laughing to myself. I'm crazy. What are you gonna do? All right. Are we doing the Idaho tap that next?
Yes.
Awesome.
Awesome. Awesome.
Neat. Who's bringing us back?
Paul is.
Okay. Strong, confident answer from Terry over here. Just electing things. I like it. All right, man. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a humpback. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, Brew Crew. Really hope you enjoyed that little tidbit information you just learned a second ago, or maybe you just laughed or just thought to yourself, these guys are just really fucking awesome.
Probably all the above.
Like you
is
just
my
somehow
guess.
came into just that little commercial, and you're like, you know what? I need to know more about these guys. Thank you. Jerry, I see you're pouring a beer. What are you doing there, buddy?
So I am pouring a beer in preparation for our I Tap That segment, which of course our segment, since we are an Idaho-based podcast where every week we have to profile one Idaho beer and decide if we would tap it or not. And of course we don't mean sexually, but hey, you never know what's going to happen. Ultimately, what we mean is, do we want a keg of it? Is it good enough to drink consistently, drink with friends, share it with people, talk about it, be about it, get down on it.
Get down on it.
So
It is
let's
September.
Fucking find out. Do you remember
The
very first day, September?
Nice.
Today is that day.
Today is
So
Sunday.
this is the peekaboo juice. I'm not quite sure how you say it. It's an old town up in Idaho. From Western Collective. They are based out of Garden City. They are independently owned. This is a hazy IPA that comes in at a 6.7% ABV. Dude, it doesn't look hazy, but it looks like a motherfucking juice bomb up in this bitch. It is juicy. It is thick looking, viscous looking. What do we got? Paula. Vic, one of you.
Yeah, this looks like a pineapple juice mixed with some like cranberry juice. Man, it's just very dark and cloudy. I'll go ahead and give you some untapped information. Excuse me. 6.7% alcohol by volume, 55 IBUs, rated at a 3.90, derived from 484 ratings. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Let's see. Peekaboo Juice is our Super G downhill run at the Hazy IPA. Comet, Citra, Cashmere, El Dorado hops, late in the boil, and dry hopped. Can you pull it over like just a smidge that way? There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Tropical fruits and citrus first meet the nose. Mango, passion fruit, pineapple, grapefruit, juicy fruits and citrus in the mouth. Medium body and drinks like your favorite Apres beverage? APRES. I don't know what that means. Get to me, Brew Crew. Ingredients: Great Western 2-row, white wheat, Crystal 20, mild malt, flaked oats, a lot of malts, Comet Citra, Cashmere, Eldorado hops, late in the boil, and dry hops fermented with a London ale yeast.
Yeah, this got a lot going on in this
That is
beer.
a lot going on. That also wasn't a very well written paragraph.
Agreed. It's tough to read, but you got through it. You're a champion. I appreciate you.
I did. You can just cut that whole bit out if you want.
Yeah, I probably won't. It's
We'll
good
see how
times,
it
though.
goes.
It's what-
But we got a 3.9 overall rating. Again, that is a good rating. What do you guys think of that? Of this juicy New England IPA.
super juicy.
He said juice bomb.
Yeah, just put the first taste upon my lips, and yeah, it's very juicy. I'm not getting a lot of that pineapple though, but it's my taste buds could be a little jacked up right now as well. I'm not a really good test.
Yeah. Well, what do you think, Paula?
I'm not getting any of the mango. I get a hint of it in the nose, as it did say, but like what Vic had said, pineapple, grapefruit, just passion fruit. I'm not getting any of those hints.
Okay, I thought that was me, but all right, it's good to know.
I don't really get a lot of it on the smell, but again, I'm in the allergies. But taste wise, I'm getting it. It tastes like kind of a, because if you get that real mango passion fruit juice, that almost nectar, if you will. I don't know if you guys have ever had like a true can of like nectar juice. It's fucking phenomenal, but it is a lot more thick. It's a lot more viscous. It doesn't have a lot of carbonation, so I kind of like how this sits there. So they try to be a very juicy beer. I don't know. I think they accomplished it. I do maybe wish there was a little bit more on the aroma, but again, that might just be me right now. But as far as that real kind of fruit juice bomb style that they wanted, I think they accomplished it.
Right on.
I think it's a bit too tart for me. Just in the back end of my throat.
I'm
a little bit of
getting
tartness.
zero tartness.
Yeah,
But
I get that sweetness at the beginning, and then just
Mhm. Let me
tart
take
right
another
back there.
sip. Let me take a big old sip and see.
Almost like a bitter sitting on the back of my tongue.
I get a light bitter on that. I see what you're saying.
I do get a little bit of the. I definitely get some bitterness on the back end, but I don't know. Oh,
It's very
No.
prominent for me.
no, it is there with a big old gulp and swallow. I do get a little bit on the back end. Yeah, maybe it's right on a little more. I still like it.
That doesn't kill it for me, but
Mhm.
it doesn't make me give it a higher rating in my head right now.
Well, okay, so 3.9. What do you think of that rating?
For me personally,
Would
I
you
think that's a
fight
little
it?
high.
Yeah.
For 3.9. I would give it a 3.25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So it's
for-
definitely a little.
It's not
high.
what I expected in a hazy IPA. What I want in a hazy IPA. I do tend to like the sweeter one. This isn't that sweet for me.
Agreed. Yeah. Well, just the fruit notes are not coming through at all for me, and I really want them to. I think that would make the whole beer work a little bit better for me. But I do agree with you, Paula. I'm sitting at about a 3.25 as well.
But Western Collective is a dope place. I don't think I would tap it though. Is this I tapped that right?
Yes.
Okay, I would not tap it.
All right.
Yeah, 6.7. Yeah, I wouldn't tap it either. That's where I'm at.
Dang. All right. Well, look at you two. I give it a. I do think a 3.9 is a little bit high. I still don't think it's bad. I'd give it a 3.5. I mean, I probably would go. Yeah, no, I wouldn't tap it because I don't tend to drink super juicy beers.
Yeah, that's where I was at with it. Plus, the dry hop situation creating the bitterness in my back throat it is messing with
I
me
actually don't
texture.
mind that.
Really
Really
Okay.
with it. To me, again, I don't. Like I said, I don't drink super juicy, thick beers. It's just kind of not my thing.
Yeah,
Coats the mouth.
coats the mouth.
beer needs to be carbonated. It's weird to me how little carbonated this is. It just tastes a little bit too much like an alcoholic juice. I'm not big into the juice bomb style beers.
Me neither.
It's not bad, and if you like this, I think you may like that. Although Paula and Vic don't seem to agree. So
No, we mean
no,
we rated it pretty
No
well.
tap.
Yeah,
good
I
enough.
feel
Yeah,
like- yeah.
3.25.
no tap.
Still above average,
It's-
but yeah,
it's-
not a tapped beer. I
A beer
think.
you should get at if you're at the bar. You know,
Yeah.
like, oh yeah.
Definitely buy it, try
Why
it.
not?
It is good for what it is, but if you were to just like drink it all day, this would be a tough one to get through all day. It's a seasoned drink.
Singular beer.
Singular beer. You're like, you
Yeah.
know what? That was a good beverage. Or get a flight. Put this in there. I think it'll be all right.
All right. Well, let's move on from the I Tap That segment then. Thank you. If you guys have had this, let us know if you agree or not. So let's talk about our favorite games. This is going to be kind of a mishmash, a little topic with a subtopic with a subtopic with a subtopic on it. I guess you could say we're mostly going to be talking about, again, the games of our youth, our favorite bits of electronic video stimulation in the pre-pubescent ages. Or slightly pubescent ages.
Whatever you played, whatever you liked
Sure.
and loved,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
Right?
Paula,
Right?
do you remember having a favorite game as a child?
Yeah.
How many did you have? I think I could think of like 3 immediately.
Immediately, I could think of 3 as well.
Okay. What about you,
Oh my God.
Vic?
I have a few. I have a few in my mind.
Do you have 3 in your mind?
A few is, greater than 2 because a couple is 2. Yeah.
Should we
Yeah.
name them then?
Yeah, Paula. We'll take turns. Let's see if we
Okay.
have any in common. You go first. Just one.
In no particular order, 1, 2, 3. But
Oh, you're going all 3?
Yeah, why not?
Oh,
I
no.
thought we were.
I
Oh.
thought you just do 1, 1, 1, 2,
Oh,
2,
okay.
3, 3, 3. Oh,
Okay.
You start. You do you.
All right,
Whatever.
then you guys can speed
We'll
off.
follow
of it.
your lead.
Right. Yeah, you get up what I'm laying down.
Uh huh.
Cleaner. The first Tony Hawk.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
on my list too. Tony
Nice.
Hawk Pro Skater.
That changed the game.
Mm-hmm.
Changed the world.
Yep. Also on mine. I liked it for a lot of reasons. One, it was so fun with the cheat codes that it had. The graphics were fun. It was one of those first generation games like that with the PlayStation. So it kind of really showed what the new generation of console machines could do. But to me, the greatest thing about that video game is the music.
Oh yeah.
I love the
Oh,
music
yeah.
so much on that.
Yeah.
Well,
Fucking
it's just- it was-
Goldfinger.
It's just defying gravity, doing like 900s and shit. You know.
10
Grinding for like a half hour straight.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Like
you
a
like Boba
couple
Fett.
million points. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Boba Fett was on there. You
His
could put in
backpack
that
has
perfect
jets.
balance code and you could just be fucking just grind forever.
Mhm.
Like hands free. It's crazy.
Or it was that player versus player mode when it was like red versus blue. Like
Oh
you had to
yeah.
up that one up the trick.
Screen versus screen. Yeah.
That
Oh
was
yeah.
awesome.
And they had like their horse version of it,
Mhm.
sort of thing. Man, the first 3 games of Tony Hawk, all on the first PlayStation, were just goddamn good choice, my man.
yeah.
I mean, that takes my first
Legendary.
choice too, because I agree. I have that on my list. So yeah. What do
That-
you got, Vic? You got something different?
I do. Like when I think of childhood games, I actually go to the Sega Genesis in particular because that's a game console that I kind of grew up on.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, man. Fucking, I played the shit out of that game forever. I could go back to that game right now. I love playing it.
Mhm.
Um,
That 3D ping ping pong pong.
yeah, it just had so much. Like that was actually I had a history of like not finishing games because I'd lose interest in them. But that game in particular, I finished that game several times, and it didn't
Several
matter.
times.
Yeah. I just thought it was fantastic. I
I couldn't do it, man. Like I go for a while and then I hit that little bumper thingy and then like, fuck, done.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or I
Yikes.
lose all my coins. I'm done.
Well, Sonic, I
Fucking-
thought I kind of would agree with Vic on that because it was a lot of fun, both with the first one and the second one,
Mhm.
because you could play the game over and over and over again, and always kind of play with a different route or find a new path or
Yep.
something that you missed.
Yep.
Because it was, especially for its time, a massive game. Really,
It really
how
was.
they were able to do that was quite phenomenal. I almost wrote down the Sonic games, but I knew it would get brought up because of course it has to. So I would just try
Yeah.
and contribute to it.
Yeah, and this
Uh,
fucking, just to remind peeps out there, fucking this game was there before there were fucking saves. So you had to
Mhm.
fucking keep it on all the
Mhm.
time like a Nintendo, or you had to just play it in one fell swoop. It's difficult to do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But it was a lot of fun. It was a great
Super
game.
fun.
The Sonic one, it's like Sonic has had it's gone through a lot of shit.
It really
It's
has.
had a lot of terrible games, a lot of terrible TV shows,
Yes.
whatever it may be.
I watched a
But
cartoon.
those, and it's had some good ones too. Don't get me wrong,
It
but
wasn't
it's had
good.
so many, it's crazy. But those first set of video games were so fucking good that no matter what side of or set of lows this franchise has gone through, it'll and somehow always pull out
Absolutely.
because of the such strong start it had. And we'll see if that continues with this next movie.
Really true. Yeah. And it just reminds me, like, so there's another game called Sonic and Knuckles. And the reason why I like this game in particular, too, part of the Sonic franchise, because it did something kind of amazing with the hardware piece. So taking you back to the cartridges, Sonic and Knuckles had a specific special cartridge that I didn't notice with any other games, because what you could do is open the top of the cartridge after you put it into the, let's say, the 32-bit Sega Genesis. You flip the top open of the Knuckles cartridge, you could put your Sonic the Hedgehog 2 game in there, and then you were given a different character or a whole different like kind of story, which is kind of interesting. Like, I've not seen that with other games, because it looked like this Frankenstein version of a fucking game where you put it into the console, because it was like 2 games smashed into one, which is the craziest thing to me. And I thought that was the fucking coolest thing as a kid. Chilling with Sonic. So yeah,
It is pretty fucking cool. I didn't know that.
yeah, super rad.
Huh, I'm a little
Fun
hard
times.
right now.
Good times.
I can tell. It's touching my knee.
Yeah,
Thank
good.
you.
Just a kid from the '90s. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. My dick missed your knee. So for me, I mean, I guess I have to talk about it here because I don't think it was just mine, but a lot of them. And it's my first video game I remember really playing, and I growing up, because it was at the age where I was able to have all three at the same time, but it was the Super Mario franchise on the regular Nintendo Entertainment
Yeah,
series.
Straight up.
1, 2, as crazy as that one was and as different as it was, and then Super Mario 3, which I still to this day can test is the single greatest video game ever made.
100%.
Ever made, and it shaped everything. I love Mario. I love it so much. It again has had some bad incantations, nowhere near as much as Sonic has.
True.
It's had a lot of great. It's one of the most powerful franchises in video game history. I don't think there's a character in video games more recognizable than Mario. And I don't care what anybody says about Super Mario 2. I fucking love that game. It was so campy and cheesy, but it was also unique. The music was super catchy. I love those games.
They're great.
So hard. And I love how every single one of them too, from 1, 2 to 3, are wildly different video games. The gameplay is wildly different, and it's all on that same NES console.
It's fantastic, man. I mean, the cool thing about those games was its simplicity. All you fucking had was A and B. And I know I say it all the time, but all you fucking had was your directional pad,
Mhm.
and A and fucking B. And that was the greatest part of that game. All you had to do was move left, right, jump. That's it. That's all you had.
Mhm.
A and B. It was beautiful. I loved it. Loved every part of it. And the story, it was so much adventure that you embarked on. And all you're trying to do is fucking save Princess Peach the whole fucking time. And she kept getting herself into trouble, which was interesting.
Damn bitch keeps getting herself kidnapped.
Even when it goes into like Mario 64, I still fucking I love the shit out of the game. It's probably one of my favorite versions
Oh,
of Mario.
64 is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That 3D, and like I said, there are so many of them you could really take that with. Mario 64 is right up there too.
Fucking
And it was the same thing with a child, but that took me a little bit longer because, these were games that I were able to play first, second, third, fourth grade. The 64, I think, were in fifth, sixth grade when that came out.
Yep.
Right around there. So obviously still a big part of my youth, but it was not the first set.
100%. Yeah.
Just a great addition to really, which kind of solidified how great Mario was. And now I want to play fucking all these games.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Nice. It's a good pick, man. It's a good pick.
What else you got, Paula?
I'm gonna go back to the Game Boy era.
Oh, okay.
I love Metroid.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice. Good pick, man.
It was like a game that almost like didn't take you anywhere at some points. Like you just kept going and going and going.
See, I never played the Metroid
and
games.
you had to go back.
But you kept going and going, huh?
Yeah,
Until
but
you
then
had to go back.
But then you had to go back. That's the whole fucking video game thing. If you watch gameplay of it, it's like go to
I
the
have
very end
watched
and then
gameplay
go
of
all the
it,
way
yeah.
back. Yeah, it's just like who would enjoy this? I did. And, you know,
Well, a lot of people. Samus is another character that has stood the test of time.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I love that they finally gave her a face. You know, and she's just babe.
Of course.
She's super hot.
She
Yeah.
has her whip and everything. You know, she just kicks ass. But in general, the bounty hunter, like I would want her on my side.
She's pretty much Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
That'd be a great cosplay. For her.
Yeah.
That'd be a great role for her. They do a video game
Charlotte Flair should be Samus Aran.
or the bird people. But the game itself, it's just it gets so annoying to the point where like you want to quit. You're like, I'm gonna keep pushing because I already put like hours into this.
How many Metroid games are there?
There's
There are a lot, huh?
Yeah.
And a couple years back ago, they came up with, like the first-person shooter Metroid, which
Did they
okay.
really?
It did okay.
It did
Yeah.
it? Okay.
It did
Yeah,
okay.
I thought about it, but I was like, this doesn't seem like something I want to. Yeah, it just takes away from it from me.
I somehow didn't know that. But again, never played a lot of Metroid. So, what if you had like first-person Mario? That would be weird.
That would be weird.
Kind of fun.
I don't know.
Maybe not though. As a whole, first-person shooters aren't my preferred style of video game.
Mm-mm.
First person anything, if only in racing games for me.
And porn.
VR porn.
Yeah, makes
I'll
sense.
take a little POV, first-person porn.
Sure. Spice things up a
Pretty
little bit.
miraculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, great choice though, huh? Is it?
Excellent.
I think it is a good choice.
Oh,
Well,
cool,
yeah,
thank you.
that was a particular game that really tested your like metal as a game player because yeah, you're right. You had to go back and forth all the time. Like as soon as you got somewhere, you had to go all the way the fuck back, and you're just like, "Fucking why? I don't want to
What-
do it."
What was that band you showed us, Paula? We're thinking about going and watching here soon. That they
They play they play the soundtrack of the video game in like sort of rock and roll form to their lead singer who they call who the lead singer who actually plays Nintendo. That's his instrument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's phenomenal at it. Oh my God, he's so good.
I'm going definitely. They're called Bit Brigade.
Bit Brigade.
Bit Brigade. Okay, check them out.
They're great. They're fun.
They put on a show.
It definitely seems like something worth watching. All right, what do you got, Vic? Give us another game of your childhood.
Another game of my childhood, going with the Nintendo 64. It's fucking Super Smash Brothers, man. That set me off on a journey in life that I can't ever like not go back to. It was great. Like as soon as I got that game on my 64, I played the shit out of it. Like it just had every character from Nintendo's like universe really so far on there, and you get to fucking fight in a melee style battle just to see who becomes victorious.
There are no friends or family in Smash Bros.
No, Paul and I bonded very heavily over this game back in the past, and it still is to me is one of the greatest games ever created. I had to buy new controllers based on using this game. It
I
was
think that was
fantastic.
kind of the thing with a lot of the youth of our age is that's kind of the reg. And Super Smash Bros. Is a game that I never got into. I tried to play. It's just not within my wheelhouse, but I really enjoy watching it. I mean, Melee to this day is still one of the most. People still play it. It has withstood the test of time.
Yep.
And people don't just play it, they still play it religiously. There are recurring tournaments and contests for this game that
Mhm.
people have done. I mean, Super Smash Bros. Has carved its little niche in video game history that nothing like it ever has before and nothing like it ever will after.
Absolutely. Like, because what other particular game allows you to play as your favorite characters? We're talking Mario, Samus Aran, fucking
Just Link.
All
All the a bunch of
Kirby,
Pokemon
Ice
characters.
Climbers, Donkey
All
Kong.
that shit. And I remember when the Wii first came out, and at that time I was doing all right, but I really wanted to buy the Wii, and I bought Super Smash Bros. On the Wii.
Yep.
Not for me to play it, but just because I wanted you guys to play it, and I genuinely knew I would enjoy watching you guys play and get my money's worth in entertainment just by fucking just immediately dying and just sitting back and just being like, all right, this is fun. And I was right. It was awesome.
Jerry, you are a great friend, sir. I appreciate the
Super
fuck out
Smash
of you.
Bros. Is the greatest video game I've never been good at.
There's a lot happening because I mean at any given time you have
I'm a good
6
video
different
game player.
characters. Yeah,
Okay,
you
I
are.
don't suck at it.
You are. I will
Something about
attest
Super
to that.
Smash Bros. I just can't fuck with it.
There
man.
is so much happening
So
at
much
once.
stimuli,
It's
yeah.
hard to really deal with at one time. And so like yeah, you really have to like flex your skill set on that game and really practice it. It's just
You got the environment, you got accessories, you got other people just running at you.
yep.
Bombs, Pokemon. It's great.
It's great. It's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. You just, all the time got to deal with stuff.
All right, so here's my last one.
Okay.
And this was a big game to me. To this day, is still a giant game and influenced a lot about how I feel on video games, my style of video games, and what I prefer. We're talking about I love racing games.
Nice.
I crush racing games.
Sure do.
They're just to me they're maybe my favorite type of game to play. Which is weird because I'm not a big gearhead. I'm not a big car guy. I don't really give a fuck about them, but I love racing video games. They're just so much fun. And really what ticked it off more than anything is PlayStation 1, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Fucking nice pick,
Nice.
man. Nice pick. You know, the funny thing about that is I actually played Need for Speed Hot Pursuit on the computer first. I did not play it on the
Really?
PlayStation, which is a lot harder because I didn't have a joystick or like fucking a wheel. It was just arrows, and it was really difficult to play with.
So I remember there were some games, because I remember the PlayStation 1 came out, you had two types of controllers, right?
Mhm.
Your kind of standard ones, and then the ones that threw on those joystick buttons.
Mhm.
And there are a lot of games. Crash Bandicoot was the first one. Need for Speed was one, and a few other where you could not actually play the game unless you had the one with that kind of joystick variation of it, which was kind of bullshit.
Yeah, that was the initial work of the Dual Shock. Like that was back in the day when you had to click analog on the stick to be
Yep.
able to utilize the joysticks on that.
But
which
I
was
remember I loved
nuts.
that game so bad. It was the first thing in life I ever remember making me want to work hard enough to earn some sort of money so I could go and buy that controller to play this game.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. I totally remember that, man.
Yeah. There's so much about the game that was fun between the customization, the cars, the jumps, the crashes. Like I said, again, I still love Need for Speed to this day. I still love a lot of racing franchises. There are so many great ones out there, but there are only two. I really think only two video game franchises in history that will make me go out and buy the game immediately when it comes out, if not pre-order, and that's Need for Speed and Mortal Kombat.
Perfect, man. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm with you. 100%. I will throw Smash Brothers in there, but that's just
Exactly, and that would be the case probably if but Smash Brothers has that thing where it's Nintendo exclusive, right? So you have to have your Nintendo, but rather you have your Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, computer, whatever, you're going to be able to get Need for Speed and you're going to be able to get Mortal Kombat.
Yep, absolutely. Good pick, man.
Yeah.
Great pick. Love it.
There we go. I think that's a good bit for our favorite actual video games as children. But since, speaking of Mortal Kombat, because that's the best franchise
100%.
on there and one I'll always go to, and it's an ever expanding one. And we had so many variants and guest characters, and they keep doing more. But Paula, Vic, tell me, what character do you want in the Mortal Kombat universe that you have not seen yet?
Yoshimitsu.
Oh.
He's in what, Soul Calibur and Tekken?
And Tekken.
Tekken. Yep.
Holy
Like,
shit!
why not,
What
right?
why
Put him
not?
in
Why
there.
the
Yeah.
fuck not?
It's a
He would
great
fit in.
pick.
That would be
Yeah.
amazing. Put him in Street Fighter. Put Yoshimitsu in all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, put your fucking Smash Bros. if you
I
can.
He's got the armor. He's got the
Straight up.
sword play. He's got the projectile capability. What a great!
He's just such a versatile character because you won't question. You're like, oh, Yoshimitsu, like I thought he was in this game.
Holy shit! We need a petition for this to happen immediately,
Yeah. It really just
and
a
then throw him
blend
in
of that.
Smash Bros on top of that too.
Straight up.
Every fighting game ever,
Why not?
Yoshimitsu needs
Why
to be in
not?
it. WWE 2K20.
Yoshimitsu.
Oh my
Yoshimitsu.
god, that'd be awesome, dude. Brewnomics with the wooden armor and stuff.
That would
That'd be
be
dope.
so fun.
Man, that'd be rad. That's a great
that'd be
pick.
Japanese
dope.
strong style, motherfuckers.
That's awesome.
I love that, Paula.
Yeah, he's a cool
What a-
character.
I didn't see that one coming. What a great choice.
Yeah, that's wonderful. My pick would be I'm going to go into the Marvel universe here a little bit, and I'm going to go with Moon Knight.
Great pick.
Yeah.
Was Moon Knight ever in
It was an alliance.
Marvel vs. Capcom?
No.
Not that I'm aware of.
Because he really should have, because Moon Knight's one of those ones, he's got a bunch of personalities, but he's known as being one of the more superior martial artists in the Marvel universe. And then he's got that kind of magic aspect to it. So you could do so much great stuff with Moon Knight in Mortal Kombat.
Mhm.
Plus his initials are MK.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't
yeah.
even. Oh
Yeah.
my god, I didn't even think
You see
about
the
that. That's
transition, yeah.
fantastic.
Moon
Yeah.
Knight. Mortal Kombat.
Moon Knight, MK.
I'm going to stick within the Mortal Kombat, or not Mortal Kombat, excuse me, Marvel universe, but somebody that was in some of the original Marvel vs. Capcom games. I'm saying somebody, he's a powerful mutant. He's got reach. He's got projectiles. He's got the fighting capability. He's got the durability. I'm talking about motherfucking Remy LeBeau.
Yeah.
Ooh, great
Gambit.
pick, man.
Fucking Gambit.
Great pick, dude.
Also, fashion-wise, I feel like he does fit in like in.
He
out,
really
you know,
does. He could
Yeah.
totally fit in the Outworld or the Nether Realm or wherever. He's silly enough. He's slapstick enough. He's got enough characters within that realm that they could pull from, like a Johnny Cage, a Jade, Kano. Kind of throw them all in there together, and you fucking got your badass Gambit.
I could see that. I can see that.
Yeah,
That'd be
they already have mechanics built into that too because he utilizes a bow staff
Hey,
most
that's
of
what
the
I'm saying.
time.
That's the Jade.
yeah,
right
that's
there.
fantastic. No, I love
And then
it.
Raiden in a lot of the games, he used kind of that bow staff too. So there are a lot of different characters they've utilized with that.
Yeah, man, that's great pick. That would be fantastic to see.
Who else you guys got?
I was thinking it was the first thing that came up in my head when we were asked this question. He's from Soul Calibur. I believe he had the bow staff. Killick. Remember Killick?
Yes, Kilik.
Yeah. Yeah.
Killick,
Or the guy with the
interesting.
nunchucks. What was his name?
Law.
He had the hair, the Elvis hair.
Wait, what? Not
and-
Forest
and
Law?
Soul Calibur. I don't think it was Law.
That's Tekken.
That's Tekken.
That's Tekken.
That's
Yeah.
martial law.
Maxi?
Martial Law,
Was-
thank
was
you.
it Maxi?
Oh,
He had the nunchucks.
yeah.
Like, one of those characters I think would be really fun.
I'm sorry, I was on the wrong video game, bro. I was
Yeah,
thinking
right.
Tekken, like you said, Soul Calibur. You said Soul Calibur, and my brain was just
'Cause
like, no, what is that?
I think those guys are fan favorites. You know, back in
Yeah.
the day.
Good choice.
You know, they were easy to play, but like you can also kick ass with them. So like,
Good
why not,
choice.
right? They throw them in there.
Absolutely. And again, mechanics based around it that have kind of been on similar consoles. Good choices. Good choices.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there's this interesting element, like in a Mortal Kombat universe, where you have sort of this magic, sort of this extra dimensional sort of piece that some characters pull from, as well as having a great martial art background, and so it kind of requires sort of that piece to it. I want to go with Squirrel Girl from the MCU. I just think that would be fantastic, and
What?
just to show some love to the women out there because I think she's got awesome agility. She's got a lot of fucking power. Actually took down Thanos, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, at
Oh, yeah.
one point.
Yeah.
So she's fucking awesome. I'd love to see a Squirrel Girl type situation happen in there.
What a good that would be fun. And again, the animation, the special moves, if you were to have a fatality with her,
Dude, wouldn't that be sick?
that's one of these things sometimes because there were a lot of heroes that I wanted to bring in. But after, like, DC versus Mortal Kombat, a lot of these heroes didn't have fatalities. They had their brutalities or whatever,
yeah.
even though some of them clearly would have killed the fuck out of somebody. But I respect a lot of the thoughts that a lot of these heroes don't want to kill. And
Yeah.
that was one of those things that even though I had that thought, I had to pull them out of Mortal Kombat just because ethically, morally, that may not be the sort of universe tournament they'd want to be in.
True.
Even though there are a lot of them I'd like to see in that. That's why, from a Marvel aspect, I like the idea of Moon Knight or Gambit because worst comes to worst, if they got to kill somebody,
They're going to
bitch
kill
gotta
somebody.
die.
Yeah.
Squirrel Girl, I do not think she'd be comfortable killing.
Probably
I
not.
really want to say Captain America because he's a great fighter. He's durable. He's got the projectile capability.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to kill somebody unless he has to.
That's a great point.
So they're a little bit with that. But
Mhm.
there is one character I was thinking of. He's never been in a video game, to my knowledge.
Hmm.
Okay, but he's got the durability in a Mortal Kombat universe might be up to question, but it's Mortal Kombat, so you can always expand that. But he's got the fighting capability. His projectile capability would definitely be guns, but he's one of the most badass motherfuckers on the planet. 3 movies out so far.
Immediately, no, yeah.
Tell me who you're thinking.
John Wick.
Of course it's
Yeah.
John Wick. Of course it's John
The
Wick.
boogeyman. And it
Baba
doesn't say
Yaga.
he's the boogeyman. on
Come
there,
on.
Baba Yaga.
Everything Stryker wishes he could have been.
Straight up, dude. I just watched John Wick 1 last night. It was great. That's a great pick, man. He could be so brutal, especially with the fatality. And then you could expand so much more with brutalities with John Wick. His brutality
Would be amazing.
fucking
I
every time.
want to see the storyline when he comes in and people are like, you talked to Wick?
Yeah.
You know?
Shao,
You brought him in here?
Shao Kahn's like, whoa, what the fuck? What the fuck?
You brought John Wick in here? Fuck that. You see Shao Kahn, you're like, oh shit, I'm a little scared. Like, oh man, Shao Kahn's afraid of John Wick, son. What's that?
Yeah.
Love it.
So that's my last pick for who I'd love to be in the
It's fucking
MK universe.
Hell yeah.
great pick, man.
Why
Fucking
not?
great pick.
My skill's broken. Anyone else? If you guys want to keep going, you keep going. I'm gonna. But if not, anybody else?
You can go pee if you got to pee. Dude. You
Yeah.
don't have to sit here and come.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
You're fine.
You do
Well, why don't you guys talk about your favorite arcade games?
Okay.
it. Okay.
All right.
We'll do that. Thanks for letting us know what to do, buddy.
Appreciate
Be
it.
so lost.
All right. Right.
Yeah.
Arcade games, dude. I loved the Neo Geo growing up because they always had like 4 to 5 games in the console. You know,
Oh, yeah,
at
man.
the arcade.
It's a great idea.
And my favorite Neo Geo game was Samurai Showdown.
Samurai Showdown, man. That takes me back. I love that. It's a great idea. So that takes me back to, do you remember Skate World as a kid?
I had many birthdays there.
I had many as well. A lot of great experiences at Skate World as a kid. And so they had a little spot there where there's a Neo Geo, and in which case, yeah, I definitely played some Samurai Showdown there. That was fantastic.
I couldn't get enough of that game at all.
Oh, absolutely. I was like, I know I'm here to skate, but god damn, this game's great. I want to play it.
I really loved NFL Blitz.
Yeah.
That was just one of those like fuck you games. You play with your buddy, you know, and then
Mhm.
at the end of the game or at the end of the play, and if you were defense, you were still able to like jump and kick on the guy.
Oh yeah, they
It's like,
allowed
fuck
late
you,
hits.
Fuck you.
And a lot of late hits. It was the greatest thing ever. And that game also had super cool codes. You could do like big head mode or like infinite turbo or whatever, and you could just fucking
It was
destroy.
when it was the time of the codes.
It was the
Yeah,
time of the codes.
You know,
Yeah.
when Mortal Kombat had that.
Yep.
It's just like you just pressed all the buttons until you got something special.
Yeah. Yeah. You just like, because all these combinations were going on at the bottom of the screen. You're like, what is it going to be? Like big head mode enabled. Yeah. That game's rad, dude.
You were also able to like connect a cartridge with that game too. You remember that NFL Blitz at the arcade?
Oh yeah, what a great pick, bro.
What?
NFL Blitz. I don't remember being able to connect a cartridge
It
to
was,
the
it was
arcade,
at
but-
my arcade. It was like you want to connect like your whatever, like your stats and shit. Just put it in there.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
and I was like,
Oh,
whoa!
like you could bring your memory card in from like like your PlayStation and be like, click. throw it in there?
It
Is
looked like the game cartridge? What it looked like.
Huh.
Yeah, it was
Huh.
really big.
Okay.
But
That's
the-
pretty cool.
I don't know
Yeah.
if this is true or not, but maybe the owner was just lying to me. But he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What's this for?" You know, fucking 7 or 9. I don't know.
Sure. Probably was lying. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, that's rad though. I didn't
Probably
realize that.
wanted to pedophile you.
I've gotten it a lot. But there was also another game that had like the same. I got hit on a lot as a child.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's intense, man. Might have some stuff to work through there.
Too many
Well, I don't want to cry,
boners.
so someone else talk.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we got real there, guys. It happened.
Oh.
Well,
Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct. Nicely done.
Jade, Orchid, the skeleton guy, the werewolf dude, the fucking amazing murders off the top of buildings. I put a lot of quarters into Killer Instinct.
Who was that ice guy? What was his name?
Blizzard?
Yes.
Was it Blizzard?
It was like an ape, sort of monkey, like a rhesus.
He was like Iceman, but He was more murderous. Like he turned into puddles and he had like knife hands. He can do
I
that.
think he's right with Blizzard.
But he said monkey.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't think it was Blizzard Monkey, but you know.
Yeah, something to that. I'm looking. Let me look because I thought it was more of an animal-based game.
Wasn't that Primal Rage?
I think you're probably right. Yeah.
Or the one when you turn the animals?
So we had Black Orchid, Jago, Fulgore, Spino, Cinder, Arbiter, Cinder.
Wasn't it Cinder? No, there was another good. There was another dude though. Maybe it was a different game,
No, Cinder was the fire
a
guy.
different fighting game with the ice guy.
Glacius.
Oh, Glacius.
Yeah.
There you
Glacius
go.
was the
Yeah.
ice guy. There you go.
You're right.
I
I
knew
was
we'd get there.
I was thinking of a
No,
different
you're
game.
totally right, Paula.
Yeah.
Glacius. He was the ice one, though.
Glacius and Cinder though. Those are my jams.
Dude, they were awesome.
Scorpion Sub-Zero.
Now, Orchid, I thought she was a bad motherfucker because, again, she had that staff on there. Remember Riptor, the tiny little dinosaur one? Yeah, Saberwolf. He was a bad motherfucker on there.
Orchid.
But Spinal, again, that weird skeleton guy, he was so hard to murder. Yeah, dude, they had a lot of great characters in that game.
Orchid had the best combos. If you
Dude,
just
she
kept them
did.
up.
And again, that staff and them titties. They'll always
So
get you.
She gained all her power.
She'll just get you. Staff and titties.
Staff and titties will get you all the time.
What you got, Vic?
Yeah, I'm gonna go super simple here, man. Fucking Super Off Road, one of my favorite
Hell
arcade
yeah.
games. Every time I went to the arcade,
Off-road.
I would fucking immediately go to that with that fucking free wheel that spins, and I would just fucking be on that game for a goddamn minute.
Nitro.
Nitro. I always run
Gain
out.
Nitro.
Yeah.
Gain it.
I'd fucking just upgrade my engine, my suspension, my nitro as much as I fucking love that game. It was great. It was great fun.
That really is a great choice. Didn't they port that over to Nintendo where they try to do like a build your own track thing?
I
Am I
believe
thinking
so.
of something
It's
else?
just, that game it's not. It has to be played in the arcade.
There's
You
yeah.
got the gas.
Well, that was a lot of the games at this time, and I think Vic and I were actually talking about that the other night. That maybe by the other night, I mean the last one, and how these games would get ported over, and it was crazy how on the arcade they were so much better and smoother, and the graphics were amazing, and then they'd get ported over, and they were shit. But it kind of makes sense though. You would have this giant, massive machine dedicated to one game.
Yep.
Versus this tiny little machine dedicated to every single game you could find within it. So it gets there, but that's one of those games that's a really, really good example that just didn't port over quite as well as the
No.
arcades.
Yeah, like because you really have to have the visceral experience of spinning the wheel, like hitting the gas and the nitro, like to put that on a console.
Well, that
just
whole
doesn't.
sitting down drive,
Yeah.
man, it's so cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your little fucking console wheel really isn't going to cut it for me.
No, it's
No,
not.
yeah, it was 4-player. You're all next, like elbow to elbow.
elbow to elbow. Yeah,
It's
just fucking
as you spin,
spinning.
as you
Yep.
spin. Yeah,
Spinning.
and that reminds me so much of if you guys played it, Lucky and Wild. That was a sit down.
Never played that.
Oh,
What is that?
Lucky and Wild was super fun.
You're like best bro cops.
Yep.
One's driving and shooting, the other's just shooting.
It's essentially like Tango and Cash for fucking.
Oh,
But you're literally
really?
sitting down,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's a spin motion driving.
Yep.
But as you shoot, you're just sort of like this because it's stuck to the fucking console. You
Yep.
just left, right, left, right, left, right. Never let go of the trigger button. Never let go.
Fucking like I spent many a Pojas playing Lucky and Wild. I remember that game, man. Good call. Loved it. Loved it.
Many friendships made over that game.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because you fucking need to depend on somebody in that game. Like,
I'm gonna need you to shoot these barrels.
exactly.
I need
Get-
to fucking maneuver out of the way. And then you're like, you take both guns and I'll just drive.
Yeah,
You ever do that sometimes? That
Yeah.
was great.
that's fucking dude. Love it, man. Great pick. Great pick.
A game that never really worked for me, as you know, like they just never fixed the fucking box, whatever it's called, the actual game console.
Mhm.
Michael Jackson Moonwalker. But you always played it though, you always played it. You're
I
like,
fucking have that on
I'm
my
gonna
list,
do it.
man.
I'm gonna do it.
Do you really?
I sure do.
You fucking weirdos. You fucking weird little creeps. Michael Jackson Moonwalker.
Fucking great, dude. It's
Yeah,
fucking,
dude.
fucking you don't
You
know,
make
man.
everybody dance.
Yeah,
You make
it's
everybody
awesome.
dance.
Fucking, it was awesome, dude.
You had like a Super Saiyan mode. It was awesome.
Yeah, man. Oh, god damn, it was so great.
Oh.
So
okay.
hard. It was hard as
But
fuck.
the game, every time I played it, any arcade, was always like half broken.
Oh, every time.
Always.
I think
Because
people
I
got
think
so
even
pissed
to this
at
day
it.
we went to like Space Bar, right, in Boise, right when it was new, and Paula was like, "Fucking Moonwalker! God damn it, it doesn't fucking work! It never worked!"
And never did. Never did. Never did.
That's part of the joy of the game, though. Is like if it works, it's like, oh, it worked.
Yeah. Oh, hey, cool.
Oh Lord, I
There's
love
a fucking trick to that game, man. It was a difficult motherfucker, mostly because it was always broken. But yeah, I remember the fuck out of that game, man. It's great. Love Moonwalker. Great pick, man. God damn, you took it out. You took it from out from under me.
Well, mine was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Turtles in Time,
Oh yeah, dude.
Okay.
a side scroller
Yep.
one. I'm exceptionally good at those side scroller beat 'em ups like that,
Nice.
particularly Double Dragon, Streets of Rage, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, and then the X-Men
X-Men.
game.
Simpsons.
Just Simpsons. Simpsons I was okay at. I didn't really love Simpsons that much growing up, so I didn't try to spend that much time in it. For me, it was mostly Turtles and X-Men. And then if those weren't free, then I kind of go down the line from there. But Simpsons was like super
Contra.
bottom of the line. Contra I played on NES. I didn't really get as far as on
Okay,
the
the arcade.
arcade
Hmm.
goes with it. But true arcade goes for me, it was really Turtles in Time, which was one that I would put all the quarters I could in that one.
Well, it had that that skateboarding scene, right? When it was just like it was
Mhm.
super fast, and you're on the skateboards, you're trying to jump over things.
And
It's
it
like
made
your
me a
hoverboards.
huge fan of Donatello also, because I really wasn't before that. You know, a lot of kids, they like Michelangelo because he's the fun party one. And then you kind of all go through those phases, but very few like Donatello. But I really became a good fan of Donatello on that one. But mostly, it's just that reach, it's that goddamn bow staff.
Yep.
It makes it
Yep.
so easy to
Yep.
fuck shit up with.
Yep.
So I like Donatello so much because of that one. Why? Because in Turtles in Time, he was the best character to play with.
It's fucking great reach with that bow staff, man. Winning. Love it.
That's what I got. There we go as far as favorite video game arcades.
You didn't play the Terminator shoot game? Like it was.
I
Like,
really
no.
didn't play. I played the Terminator shooty one where you'd actually like use the game or use the gun on there and then shoot at the screen and stuff. But as far as the side scrolling one, not really.
Area 51.
I did play some Area 51.
So
That was dope.
if
yeah.
we're talking about shooters, then I got to go with fucking Time Crisis, man.
Oh, fuck
Time
yeah,
Crisis.
dude.
Fuck.
Time Crisis is absolutely beautiful.
They were-
And I love all those hunting game ones.
oh yeah, like fucking Deer Hunter,
Deer
Cabela's
Hunter
or
one and
whatever.
stuff, but
Yeah.
a lot of those weren't really as a child one.
Right.
Time Hunter was though. What a great original kind of shoot the screen for our age, at least. They
Yeah,
kind
dude.
of existed before that.
Time Crisis was special, dude. That fucking the pedal action, like getting
Mhm.
out of the fucking like hiding position, like it puts you in the game in a way like no other game had really done that, in my opinion, at
absolutely.
that time. Because you're sitting there like you're ready to go. You're like the firing is happening all the time. You're like, I'm dodging bullets. It fucking comes up like you hit the pedal. You're ready to go. You're like, bow, 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 bow. Fuck. You can't, dude. It puts you in the game.
It really does.
Reload. Yeah, that's how you reloaded too. It
House
was
of the
glorious.
Dead.
Fucking House
Remember
of the
that
Dead.
storyline and whatnot? And it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He
Yep.
fell down. He came up. You know,
The
he was-
Resident Evil game, you could do that on the arcade.
Yep.
But House of the Dead, good one, Paul. That one was creepy too.
I wanted to play
was.
that game a lot,
And
but
then
it
they
was
did the
really
Jurassic
expensive.
World or Jurassic Park game like that you could do.
Yep.
The Ghostbuster
Oh, yeah.
Luigi's Mansion with that.
Ooh.
Those ones are so much fun.
Good call.
All right, well, let's do this. Unless you guys have anything else from the arcade you want to pull real quick, let's drink another beer, talk about what games we want back, and then kind of do our wrap up.
Cool.
You guys got any other arcades you want to talk about before we move on?
Those were kind of my mains. Yeah, I don't have anything else in my mind, sir.
Oh, what was that one Sega? There's one Sega arcade game that I loved the fuck out of. That was kind of like it had the 4 controllers all at once, so you were meant to kind of team up. The top over, look down. You'd have your wizard, your strong guy.
Oh shit! Yeah. Gosh, what was that called? There was also the side scroller, like cowboy one. Remember that one? You had like a red one, yellow one, blue one, and like an orange one. And it was kind of like Contra, but it was like a Western Contra.
Golden Axe.
Oh, the what game you're talking
Golden
about?
Axe is the one I'm
Totes,
talking
totes.
about. I fucking loved Golden Axe. I gotta give a shout out to that one. So what are you talking about, Paula?
It was like a
Dinosaur
Western
King, Crazy Taxi,
Crazy taxi.
Maybe.
Fighting Vipers, Virtual Fighter.
Fucking
Oh,
Virtua Fighter,
VF.
dude.
Virtual Fighter is
Damn.
great. Virtual
Dude.
Cop,
Virtual Cop? That wasn't
Sega
bad.
Rally 2.
No. Yeah. Fuck that.
Okay, let's drink this beer and move on then.
Okay.
Unless you guys got a problem with that. No? Cool. All right, moving on. So this beer is called Life and Limb. It is our second collaboration beer of the evening, but this is one from breweries that I'm excited about because I know how to pronounce both of their names. We're talking about Dogfish Head Brewing out of Milton, Delaware, and Sierra Nevada Brewing out of somewhere else.
Okay.
Not Nevada.
Not Nevada. I think they're from Colorado, ironically enough. Whatever. Life and Limb for the birch and maple trees, whose syrup gives us this unique L. Its flavors and symbolize the collaboration between Sierra Nevada and Dogfish Head. And remember, we are proud to share our third version of Life and Limb with its thousands of other branches that collectively comprise the craft brewing family tree. Sip slowly with friends and loved ones and savor long, because one could do better than be a swigger of birches. Okay, I don't know quite what that means. But this is a pretty heavy one. It is an ale brewed with maple syrup and birch syrup, and it comes in at, ready for this, Paula? 10%. You okay there, Vic? You look like you need a sneeze.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow my nose.
Okay. All right. So, Paula, how you doing?
Good. I'm good.
Good.
I'm watching Vic leave right now, which is funny because at the same time I kind of want to pee and just have you talk to the people by yourself.
All right. If you got to go, whatever, man.
Oh, cool.
You can just go. I'll just sit here and
I can
talk
just
to the
go right
people.
here.
I mean, I would prefer if you didn't go right here. I'd prefer it if you went in like a bathroom
Talk to the crowd.
if you have to pee, really. But I guess I'll talk to the
Ask how
crowd.
Jim is doing.
I don't really know
Stephanie.
Jim that well, so
Brittany
or I don't really
Or
know
Henry.
Brittany that well.
or Stuart.
I don't know that much that well.
Sorry about the cross shot.
Yeah. He was thinking about that the whole time too. He's like, do I give him the dick or do I give him the crotch? I don't really know. Sometimes you just got to give him what you got to give him. But you know what? Let's talk about some of the other great, I guess, 90s arcade games. And I really don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a Google here real quick. And we're going to talk about that. Street Fighter 2. No one talked about Street Fighter. I like Street Fighter. We talked about a lot of fighting games, but Mortal Kombat's way better. Fight me if you disagree. You might win, but you might not. But Mortal Kombat's definitely better. When I came in and Paula was talking about that sports game with the big heads, I honestly thought he was talking about NBA Jam. NBA Jam is a pretty fucking cool arcade game. I think there's some still big love that way. It had a lot of fun cheats. I'm pretty sure there was a cheat code where you could play as Bill Clinton. That's an interesting cheat code.
Yeah,
Play
that was
basketball as a
super rad.
president. Oh, hey, thanks for joining me.
Oh,
Vic.
hey. Sorry. Yeah.
That's
just
okay.
had to get this done.
The House of the Dead, I think that was the one he said. Terminator 2, that had a fun one. I just Googled 90s arcade games, trying to pass some time here. Been talking for a long time.
Yeah.
but it's all right. Ooh, Revolution X. That was an interesting one. It was available on Sega and arcade, and it was a game made and produced by Steven Tyler, aka the lead singer of Aerosmith.
What?
And Aerosmith did the soundtrack for it and everything, and a lot of people shit on it, but I actually thought it was pretty entertaining.
Huh. That's very interesting. Steven Tyler. Huh. Everybody got their hands in video games back in the day. There was something that was very simple to accomplish, I think, but really hard to execute properly.
And marketing was everything at the time, really, too. Did you ever get into pinball? I never got into pinball.
Only when I was at the arcade, but like very rarely. Like once again, I go back to my Skate World days when I was fucking there. And
Mhm.
like for those of you who don't know, Skate World was literally a place where you skated with roller skates. It's fantastic. Had a whole lot of stuff going on there. However, I sometimes, I just find myself when I get tired of skating, I would just fucking play games.
There was a roller drone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What a different world, right? What a cool time to be alive. How many skate rinks exist now? There are probably more skate rinks skate rinks in existence now than there were in most major cities in 1998
Yeah.
or 95 between that period.
Yeah, man, they're just not a thing anymore. I remember we tried to go to one like 8 years
And then
ago.
somebody got pulled over.
Yeah.
Kind of ruined the whole evening.
Yeah, it was a little bit. But we also got there and it was closed.
And it was closed,
there's
and then
that.
it really ruined the whole evening.
Yep.
All right, back to Life and Limb, this collaboration between Dogfish Head and Sierra Nevada. Our ale brewed with maple syrup and birch syrup coming in at 10%. It is super, super, super dark. But it's not a dark ale. I think it's just that maple and birch syrup that make it a little bit darker. You got a little bit of carbonation, a good head. Do you have anything on Untapped for this beer?
I do. I do have a little bit of information as this is a collaboration between Dogfish Head and
Oh my God,
States.
we've gone over that already.
Have you? Oh, good. Sorry, just catching up here. Let's see here. So this has a 10.2% alcohol by volume, as it says here on Untapped. 45 IBUs, 3.92 on Untapped, derived from 1,836 ratings. Excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of fun.
So a pretty good one. This is a good beer. This is it's kind of a nice beer to end on because it has that almost dessert style to it, with it being the maple and the birch syrups on there. It's sweet. I am surprised this is 10%. Really, really, really surprised. It doesn't seem like a low alcohol beer. I would think this is a 6 or 7% beer, but 10% is pretty up there. It's got it's not as thick as that Peekaboo on there, even though it does kind of have some viscosity to it. Low carbonation, but it lets you know it's there. Great smell. This is one that's actually kind of getting through them allergies for me. I'm about this beer. I'd fuck with it.
Would you?
And I don't think it was too expensive. And I got it at Brewers Haven. I want to say it was $4 a can.
Really?
$5 a can, right around there. Another specialty beer shop. Usually going to get a little bit of a markup, but not too bad. I remember not thinking like, oh, that's expensive, because I got multiples.
Nice.
And I'm glad I did.
Yeah. For being a collaboration, especially with two amazing breweries like Dogfish Head and Sierra Nevada, I would expect a higher markup actually. So that's pretty rad.
It is. And what was the rating on it again?
3.92.
3.92. I'm gonna give it a 3.75. I enjoy it. The only reason I give it a 3.75 instead of 4 is almost redrinkability. Like, yes, I want to drink it again, but it's got to be like a week or two or more in between drinks. It's a good beer, and I do enjoy it, but I definitely can't drink more than one in a row. And that's kind of where I'm at, you know.
Yeah, because the taste can be so strong that like you really have to give yourself time to like refresh your palate in between time
For
to
sure.
do that.
For sure. But still, very, very good beer.
Tasty
Enjoy the
beverage.
shit out of it.
Tasty bev.
Yeah, I agree. For me, it's the mapley of it. I get it in as I smell it, and then when I taste it, I do taste a 10.2.
Can you?
ABV? Yeah,
10, right at 10, I think.
At 10, I taste that alcohol. So I get the maple and I get the alcohol, and I'm just like, I don't like tasting a lot of my alcohol sometimes. It depends on my mood, I guess.
Mhm.
And with you guys with allergies, I can understand why you're drawing more towards it, because you can actually taste the beer more. With me, I don't really have anything going on. So for drinking the rest of these beers and having this particular beer having to be stronger than the rest of them, I don't particularly like it.
That's fair.
But I do give it 3.75. Yeah.
That's a high rating for a beer that you don't particularly like. Can you extrapolate that for me?
Well, it's the thing though. Like I was saying, like how the other beers we had beforehand, it's like these easier drinkers.
You could tell a lot went into this beer.
Yeah, most definitely.
Right.
I respect a lot, but I respect a lot about this beer.
Okay.
So I know what they're going for. I taste just how it should be appreciated.
Yeah, and to me
if
that
makes
says
sense.
like
Sure, absolutely.
I don't have to like you, but I'll respect you.
Yeah, I
absolutely.
like that. Okay.
Yeah, I can appreciate that.
So still a good one. What do you give it then, Vic?
I'm gonna do 3.75 on this beer as well. I
Across
respect
the
it.
board.
It's a handy beverage. It's good. A lot of craftsmanship went into this beer, and I fucking
Have you ever had a handy and a beverage at the same time?
yes, it's nice. It's a great day, actually.
It is. Oh, it would be great. It is great.
What do you call that? It's a Tuesday Sally.
I love that you're trying to get the Tuesday salad going. It's wonderful. I call that a Mustang Sally.
A
Yeah.
long time.
Okay, so 3.75 across the board. Really good beer.
It's
A fun beer. I like that collaboration. I could see a lot of people that could get into this. This would be a phenomenal beer if you were to do some sort of brunch with it. A great breakfast beer.
Yeah.
You know,
One with bacon for sure.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Marinate some bacon, some sausage in this. Even throw it a little bit into some pancake batter.
Yep.
That's gonna be phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
it deserves to be tried, and it deserves to be respected.
Absolutely, man. No. Great words. Words well said.
All right. So let's talk about this real quick then. If there were a video game, maybe multiples, if you wanted them back, from our youths, you got anything? Huh? Like, man, there have been all these remasters. For me, it was Crash Bandicoot, and then Crash Bandicoot got a dope-ass remaster. And then it was Crash Bandicoot Team Racing, and that got a dope-ass remaster. Then Spyro did. Then Ratchet and Clank did. What else do we need? Vic, Paula, Jerry.
Paula, I'd like you to go because I think you brought up one of the greatest games that we've ever played.
I'd almost like him to go last because of that.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Because I feel like that's what we need to end on because it's going to be the ultimate agreement.
Talk so much about it.
yeah, that's true. Okay.
So I'll give you one then.
all right.
Earthworm Jim.
God, that was on my list, man. Fuck, that was on my list.
really?
Dude. Nice.
Was it yours too? Okay, because this is literally the only one I wrote down because I knew we would all finish kind of on the same one.
Nice.
And then I heard you say another one of similar style that I assumed you'd bring out. So for me, it would be Earthworm Jim. Silly, great soundtrack, fun graphics for the time, good playability, very difficult and challenging, but at the same time rewarding. A really fun kind of side scroller or not. I guess more of a platformer than a side scroller on.
Yeah, I would classify it as a platform.
But unique. There's never been a video game like it. I don't think there's been a character like it. Earthworm Jim was fucking awesome, man.
It really was.
Tell
dude.
me what you got to add then, because I would love that Earthworm. I didn't know Earthworm Jim was going to be on your list.
God, it was there. Like it takes me, dude. It fucking takes me back to my Blockbuster days. I would ride my bike to Blockbuster, and I would fucking rent Earthworm Jim, man.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking takes me back, dude.
Played it on
Ah,
the Sega.
on the
Sega
Sega,
Genesis.
on the Sega Genesis,
Mhm.
my 32-bit. Yeah,
God, it was amazing.
fucking loved it, dude.
Great piece of entertainment.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. That's man. That bit of nostalgia takes me
Okay.
the fuck
So all right,
back.
I agree. Earthworm Jim. No,
Yeah.
no argument there. What do you got then?
For me, it was I want to go back to Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Do we still get Zelda?
We do.
So I don't know if that
Not that one in particular.
you specifically want Ocarina. You like a digital remaster of Ocarina of Time?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That was my favorite one. I played some other ones, but like it doesn't quite meet the same characteristics that the game captured for me when I was a little girl. And I want to say, yeah, that was just, I fucking love that game, man.
That wasn't the game I thought you were going to say. I never played Zelda.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never once in my entire life
Huh.
have I played 20 seconds of a Zelda game.
Huh.
It's weird.
You should give it a shot. That one in
Right.
particular.
I
is a
mean,
great game.
I won't
You probably won't. Yeah,
at this point.
it's fair.
I thought you were going to say Split Second.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I was on there. I was gonna allude to it, but all right. Yeah.
Well, like I said, I only had the one. I don't know how much you guys.
Oh,
had.
that was my second one. And yeah.
Do you have more than one, Paula?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, let's talk about Split Second then. I'm just going to ruin that for the time being.
Thank you.
It was an absolutely phenomenal racing game, right? It was one that I remember being one of the few games that I would go online and crush it
Straight up, dude.
until
Yeah.
people would realize that you'd crush it so hard. But it also didn't help that I would talk massive amounts of shit. My whole goal was to be like, at the Basco Fiasco has been muted by. That's
Yeah.
right, I have, motherfuckers. But it was so cool because you get like your, you'd be racing, and it was kind of like Need for Speed in these massive courses. And you were outdoors, say you'd go by a farm, and you'd have this small power up, and there was a silo to your right, and you'd hit circle and to blow up that silo, give a little bit of an obstacle to those behind you, right? And then you would get a medium power up, which I'm going to take out this fucking bridge behind me. You want to try and race me? Try to do that when the bridge is out, bitch. Okay.
Jump
Okay.
this
You made it by
motherfucker.
that somehow. I don't even know how that worked. If you made a crazy jump or if the game just reset you or whatever. But now I got this crazy large power up. Oh, look, we're in a canyon. Large power up. Boom! Canyon closes. Get through that, motherfucker! Oh, dude!
thing with
Holy
that is, yeah.
shit! That game was fun.
It was
Dude.
very like live action Fast and Furious, you know?
Oh,
Like,
dude.
Like, oh, Toretto.
Well, and you'd have to get those powers by driving like a maniac too, drifting, drafting, aggressive driving, whatever it may be.
Yep.
God damn, that was a fun
Dude,
game.
that game was great. You threw the world at your opponents. Literally. It was
Literally.
fantastic. Like, there's no better way to race, especially too, like, what my favorite thing about that game was when I would like trigger an environmental interaction and I would look behind me and I would just see the world crumbling beyond it and just crush my opponents, dude. It was
so
fucking
rewarding.
dude.
What a great feeling, right? I really genuinely enjoyed this game. Again, I'm a sucker for racing games.
Well, you had to be in first or second, otherwise it wasn't worth it.
Exactly.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, big time.
Dude, that game was fucking phenomenal. I want that game back. I want a split second too, man.
Mhm. But more than a split second too, if we're gonna bring a racing game back, we better bring back
Blur.
Fucking Blur.
dude. Blur. Talk about Mortal Kombat meets Mortal Kombat.
Mario Kart.
Mario
meets,
Kart.
Like, Need for Speed.
You remember
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat Kart when they did that little fun kart racing game?
Oh,
yeah, they
yeah,
did.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
they
was
did.
sick.
Mario Kart meets Need for Speed. So you get these dope courses, these badass legit cars, real cars, or sometimes prototypes. And then you'd get your row of power-ups, exactly like you envision in a Mario Kart game. But you get mines, heat-seeking missiles, nitro boosts, shotgun blasts, as it may have been, whatever.
Yeah, you had this like space mover, like you just said, the shockwave out, like in your immediate vicinity.
But then the cutscenes were great, the graphics were great, the visual design was great. And my favorite fact about this one, which is also simultaneously my least favorite fact about this one, is Blur Studios got shut down. And they were going to do a Blur 2, but the only reason they got shut down was they had to divulge or to move all their resources to a specific direction because a little superhero movie got leaked by the name of Deadpool, and they needed a director, and the director was the head of Blur Studios, a man by the name of Tim Miller.
damn, I did not realize that.
And therefore, the reason we don't have a Blur 2 is because we have a Deadpool.
God, that's such a fucking trade-off.
Yeah.
What,
right,
talk about the
yeah.
most bittersweet goddamn thing on the planet, right?
Jesus.
Like, would I take a Blur 2 if there were no Deadpool? I don't think I would.
I don't think I
would.
would.
But how
No.
fucking mad am I that there's no Blur 2 because you had to divert to a different movie? But that movie was fucking Deadpool. Like, come on.
Jesus Christ. I am so fucking torn, man. I fucking
Bro,
wow.
right?
Wow, I did not realize that. Holy shit. God damn it. I'm really confused now. I
Mhm.
want to cry
Mhm.
and I want to cry.
Cry and come.
Yeah, mostly.
How else do you guys do it?
Yeah, Paul broke, is it? It's not another way.
That was a
Okay.
legit question. Yeah.
Hush.
Shit. Sorry, guys. God, that was a fun fucking run down nostalgia fucking avenue.
my God.
Population us.
Do
It
you
was
guys have
good.
anything else good for the people on video games we
Well,
want back? Or
when it came to drifting, I love drifting in Blur.
yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
except for the power ups, obviously, because you have your fucker like right next to you. You're like, yeah, space away. You're like,
Dude.
man, that was a perfect drift.
uh-huh.
So I remember when we were playing fucking Blur, dude. We'd play that shit online because we're like, we're the fucking bee's knees, man. Nobody's gonna fucking.
And it's
uncut us.
amazing because there are a few games like we would think that we fuck each other up on Mortal Kombat. We just beat the game on hard. We go online. What the fuck? I'm dead.
Yeah.
Same thing with some first-person shooters. I remember trying to do that with Call of Duty because I thought I crushed the zombie mode. Did that on hard. Fucking dead. But it came to Blur. It came to Split Second. We got online,
Dude.
and I would have that full arrogance there, and then I would fucking take first place.
Fucking crushed it,
There
dude.
was something. That's I think why maybe it's that love for racing games that I have. I remember a Blur being like a 4-person cup, and again, that's the goal. Talk so much shit, you get muted, but you'd dominate the first track, dominate the second track, third track. All of a sudden, you coming in third because these motherfuckers are really gaining on you, but you're gonna still talk shit. There's still time to win this cup. Fourth track. 7 of 8 players. They shoot for at the Basco Fiasco. This shit talking motherfucker. And I still win.
And you still, not only that, but you rallied 7 unknown individuals against yourself. You fucking tamed up some motherfuckers
It's
just to
the
beat you.
only
And they
game
lost.
I've ever played online where I was like, that's right. Bow to me.
On top of the world, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
dude.
did. I remember like ranked worldwide on that one. And the only other game I ranked worldwide on was Super Stardust HD because my
Oh,
internet
fuck.
glitched out and it went up. It was what I left with this dude, Joe. So it went like a fourth the speed. So it was like playing in super slow motion. And we literally played for like 5 hours straight and we would just switch back and forth. All right, I'm gonna go make us some sandwiches. You play, I take a shit or whatever it may be. And it just did. We moved up to like top 20 worldwide just because our internet glitched and we took full advantage of it.
Holy shit. That's nuts, man. So
Yeah.
you're just playing at like half the speed of normal.
Oh yeah.
That's
Just
crazy.
playing in slow motion.
Yeah, that would make,
we're here.
that
We've
would
been
make the
handed a
game fun.
gift. We want our name in those initials, or we want our initials in that top line up there that literally no one ever will remember or know who the fuck we actually are. But we know.
we know.
Oh, you know
We
there's
know.
a
We
handful
know.
of people too.
Yeah.
Like, oh my
You
God,
fu-
that's you.
You fucking took a screenshot. You know, it's there. That's fucking great, dude.
Mhm.
That's fucking great.
So yeah, I guess tell us your favorite video game you want to come back that you haven't played in a long time. What your favorite arcade game was, whatever it was. If there was something during this point of conversation where you'd like, hey, I'd like to add this, add it, please. Add us, text us, Facebook us, go on Brewnomics Brew Crew, post a GIF of it, whatever it may be. We definitely appreciate the viewership and listenership. But before we wrap up, what have you guys been reading, watching, playing, doing, drinking, jerking into?
Stuff and things.
Yeah.
You know what? I
Titties.
actually finished the Young Justice Outsiders series.
Oh, what'd you
'Cause
think?
it just wrapped up this week, and it was fucking great. I really recommend watching that if you have the DC Universe online.
I want to. I haven't got it. I love the
Fantastic.
first 2 seasons. So
No, and this season in particular is very special because like they got petition to get started. DC
Mhm.
Universe heard that petition, restarted it, animated it, and got a whole new fucking season on board with that. So it was beautiful, man. It was a beautiful series.
I watched quite a bit, but I won't bore the people with it because it was mostly wrestling. A lot happened in the wrestling world this weekend with it being All Elite, Double or Nothing, NXT UK and Cardiff, a whole bunch of whatever. It was a lot of fun if you're a wrestling fan. But also the big release I watched was Dave Chappelle, Netflix Sucks
Yep.
on Netflix. And holy shit.
I'll-
Goddamn Dave Chappelle.
I watched that one as well.
Again, I don't want to spoil anything because it's still so new and I know a lot of people want to watch it, but he is a fucking legendary stand-up. It's brutal. He lets nothing back. He goes all out, attacks every bit of sensitive content that there may be out there. and does it in a way that nobody besides Dave Chappelle could.
Nobody's safe. Yeah, that's what
So-
it is.
If you're into that sort of thing, and I think you should, watch Dave Chappelle's new stand-up.
Yeah, absolutely. And also look at the epilogue. It's great.
Yes, and then definitely watch the epilogue afterwards. Paula, what do you got? Finish this up, big dog.
I finally finished The Flash, the latest season.
No shit. Okay.
Nora Allen's hot. She is
Yep.
this terrible character.
Yep. She really is.
I didn't care about her at all.
Nope.
At all. I mean, spoiler alert, I don't give a fuck. She does die. And I think I already said this in one of before podcasts.
Hmm.
Our
But-
friend, sorry to interrupt, Paula. Our friend Jake Chris said back in the day his favorite was Excite Bike. What a great fucking choice, Jake. I love that, man.
Love it.
Said currently playing Apex Legends, but Excite Bike. What?
Oh,
my man,
Jake.
Jake. Well
Oh, Jake.
done.
I'm going to buy you a beer. I'm going
Good
to text you after
choice.
this.
It's fantastic. Thank you, Jake.
Thank you, Jake.
Cool.
I forgot what I was talking about.
Sorry, Paul. I know that was a terrible interruption, but
Oh, yeah.
Great
I
choice.
finished The Flash, so that was okay. The Elseworlds episode, pretty entertaining.
The
Is it?
crossover.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, with that and an Arrow, pretty entertaining. And I also watched Hannibal the Cannibal. That's made by Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Really?
Yeah.
How was that?
How was that?
It was weird. It was weird. It was like early 2000s. I don't know, man. It was weird. I couldn't keep up with it.
That's fair. Yeah.
I fell asleep. I'm not drunk enough for this.
He says he can't wait for the new Bill Burr coming out soon. Stand up wise, you know what? I can't wait to see Bill Burr in. It's the fucking Mandalorian.
Oh.
Oh, I was
yeah.
thinking F is for family,
But
but
also F is for family. A lot of great Bill Burr
a
coming
lot
out.
of great BB.
Ooh, man, that's exciting.
Yeah.
See you, Jake.
All right. We've been going for a while, though. I think it's time to head home.
Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up indeed. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all for watching. Jake, special shout out since you're the last man standing. Will, sorry you couldn't be here, but I know he says hi. He loves you, and I'm sure he has plenty of thoughts that we'll have to hear at some point about these topics. But make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, all things Brewnomic. Join our Facebook group at Brewnomics Brew Crew. Follow us on Instagram. Check out our YouTube channel. Be good to each other. Buy a friend a beer. Buy a vet a beer. And until next time, thanks for watching and listening to Brewnomics. I'm Jerry.
I'm Paula.
And I have been Vic.
Cheers. All right, good sewed, guys.
Good
I was a little
sewed.
nervous at first. I got to be honest. I think we handled that nicely.
Me too. Yeah. It's like it came together. It fucking came together. God, my fuck.
Jake says yes, which I assume means Paula buying me a goddamn beer. Love you, Jake. Thanks,
I'll text
buddy.
you.